they're waiting for you to come to your awakening, and they're waiting for you to work on your ascension, which is raising your frequency up. And I always regress my clients into the spirit world. Many of them want to go there because they have a lot of questions about their life. And they get over the fear-based, earthly concepts of, hell and demons and all that. Those are all self-manifested, punishments that some people put themselves on. And that gets addressed as well. But when they go to the spirit world, what consistently comes through in all my sessions, which again would be a great read, maybe in a future sci-fi book I write, is a great library. And no matter the person, because I get a lot of people who come from very, very strict religious backgrounds or atheists or no background at all. And they all go to the Great Library. And the Great Library that comes through in each one of my sessions is this huge light library. It's just magnificent. And it just goes on and on and on, and up and down. And when you go into the library, it has what the Westerners call the Akashic records of everyone. So everyone who is incarnating is their own author. They are writing their own book. They're writing their own song. They're writing their own album of music. And when you awaken to the greater reality that you manifest your own parallel reality, you move yourself from a 3D self into a 5D self. And when you start infusing the work that you were working on in the spirit world and that you wanted to bring to share in the earth world as in your earthly incarnation, what you're doing is you're infusing your metaphysical work into your incarnation. And that's what literally everybody is trying to get to. And so when everybody who comes to me or any QHHT practitioner to find their purpose and what their roadblocks are and try to get past that so they can live their best life, if everyone was the best engineer, the best doctor, the best cook, and they infuse a little bit of that spirit knowledge into their work, then everybody all over the world will radiate at a higher frequency, and we will change our reality and make positive changes in all areas of our culture and in all areas of how we interact and manifest this reality that we share. And that's really what keeps coming through in every single session. We're just here to raise consciousness. And that's how we do it, is by focusing on your inner work so that you can be the best version of you.
Right. And that is that magical shift, right? Because like when we start to awaken, that's the starting point. But there's, for a lot of us, we have that dark night of the soul, but it's like, it's sort of like taking an airplane up through the turbulence to get to those bright, clear skies above all those clouds. Yes. And that's where a lot of us are starting to like hit that point. It's like, ooh, wow, it's so empowering, because it's like, oh my gosh, I'm like this creator, and I can really create my own reality.
You do, and that's what keeps coming back through. I mean, I've had clients that have regressed to the spirit world to talk to their deceased loved ones who've told them the same thing. I've had them talk to or channel in their master teachers, Jesus, Kuan Yin, anybody. It doesn't really matter. Anybody from the different dimensions. I've had them all channel in their councils. It doesn't really matter. It's all the same information. The thing is that we are here to experience the best version of the incarnation that we have, because it's part of our Akashic records. It's part of the book that we're writing. And that book is going to go into the Great Library. And when other souls decide to have an incarnation for their own personal growth, they're going to go through these records, and they're going to read everybody's lifetimes, and they're going to pull content to form the kind of life that they want to have in whatever reality that they want to incarnate into. And so what QHHT does is, as a modality, it's great for writers and artists like me to get content from. But on a personal level, it does help facilitate some healings for many of my clients. But for the most part, it helps them address the issues that they have been working on for a very long time. And the common issue that holds them back from, really getting to their awakening and really getting into the ascension process of elevating their consciousness is that childhood trauma, that mommy daddy issue that they just cannot get over on their own. And so when they come in for a session and they see that they've been doing the same arguments and type of issues with the same soul group, it really turns a light bulb in their world, and they know exactly what to do to get past this so that they can get to the good part, which is working on manifesting their best life.
Right.
And by manifesting your best life, you raise the consciousness of the earth, and you raise the earth and the people into a 5D reality. Because one of the things that all constantly come up, especially with Dolores Cannon's work, because she always talks about Indigo and the New Earth, is one of the things that continue to come up with the Oversoul with my sessions is people need to realize, what do you think a 5D New Earth, Golden Age reality, whatever your tradition describes it, heaven on earth, whatever, what do you think that looks like in medicine? Is more energy healing and kind of incorporated? What do you think that looks like in engineering? What do you think that looks like in construction? What does that look like in education? You have to ask yourself these questions. How does this reality look like in these different areas of your lives? So that is where the work needs to be done, and that's where people need to bridge the gap between being left brain and right brain, and just infusing some of the knowledge that they have brought with them from the spirit world into their careers, into their life. So if your job is to be a parent and raise higher consciousness children, then how can you, with what you have available to you, raise higher consciousness children, so that they can do what they came here to do?
Right.
And that's really what it's all about, because there's in the greater reality, nothing is really real. We're just souls having, a holographic experience. And so and they say this in quantum physics as well, and actually, the 1979 Nobel Prize winner, Dr. Steven Weinberg, who won Nobel Peace Prize on multiverses and proving mathematically that multiverses exist. And there's a lot of this information already coming into mainstream, like the D-wave computer, which is a quantum computer. The fascinating thing about the D-wave computer and in IT is it proves that what scientists know, which two atoms can exist at the same time in two different places. They're parallel atoms. How can they exist at the same time in different places? Well, the D-wave computer in IT that is working right now for the U.S. Military proves that you can have parallel realities. And basically what it does is, a typical computer is a 2-bit state where it's just ones and zeros. It's here or there, okay? But the thing with a D-wave computer in IT is it functions in qubits, which means that it can run in two places at the same time, just like an atom. And so what they found in the research that they're having talking circuits in academia about is the D-wave computer is printing out solutions that doesn't exist in our reality.
Interesting. Wow. So even our technology is receiving an upgrade right now.
Our technology is saying that there are other parallel realities. And so the military is pumping in, information to find out how to solve different things that we have. And it's getting information about people and solutions that doesn't even exist in our reality. Okay, so we need to get over the fear of being metaphysical, because it's already coming into the mainstream in other people's work. And what I find is the people that come to me for a session, they are the most courageous people, because they want to look their dark night of the soul straight in the eye and they want to overcome it because they want to get past it. And so, or they coming in with some questions about things that they're working on in their career or their life, and they want to get, you know, a quick answer. So it really functions as a cheat code. And I really recommend everybody to find a practitioner through Dolores Cannon's website and go get a session and ask every single question that you could ever ask, because there's no stupid questions. And the subconscious is the same one in everyone. I've had sessions where the subconscious is talking to me and saying, I keep answering the same question over and over again. And I say, it's for the client. So.
That's hilarious. So Vaughn, how do people find out more about what you're doing, your practice, your QHHT work, and your books?
Well, they can go to my website, merkabachakras.com, and I think it will be in the description of these videos as well. And in there is where they can find all my old blog articles that I've written about academic research into metaphysics in all areas, whether it's about the Vesica Pisces, whether it's about consciousness, mindfulness, meditation, you name it. Any kind of fringe topic that people in the past were interested in looking up, we already have academic research that has proven it to be somewhat correct or kind of in the right area. So a lot of consciousness and mindfulness research has been done in these areas, and so it's coming more into the fold. And so that material is on my website, merkabachakras.com. So that's really
this up or given links so people can actually go to your website and find out a lot of this information.
Oh, yes.
You compiled it. You compiled it.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's on the blog page, and they can find, and there's a great thing about Bucky and everything, all these topics. They're all in mainstream academia already.
That's a treasure, because I think there's a lot of people who are, you know, in this awakening process, and they're feeling it, but they're feeling stymied because they don't feel like they can even talk about it to their coworkers, to their extended family, and so forth. And I think for a lot of people, if they can go and find that scientific information, it allows them to introduce this material in a way that people will actually listen to, which is beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's always there. And actually, I'm working on, because those articles are 7 or 8 years old, and so a lot of the links have some of the links have maybe not work anymore, or a lot of the people that I source, they've moved on to create their own foundations, websites, etc. So they've gotten a lot of grants and funding for their work, and it's just getting more into the fold. So I'm working on updating a lot of those blog articles and putting it into a book, which I hope to put out in the next couple of months. But I also write books on other topics, which you can find off my authors page on Amazon.
Okay.
And
we'll put the link to that below then as well.
Yeah, and I, like, right now I'm actually working on 2 books, which I'm hoping to publish in the next month, and it's a business books on how to, you know, really in business, people think that they can check out a spirituality, but the whole thing is spiritual. And when you're buying and selling product, or you're making product in the business world, since nothing really is real, and quantum physics is already proven it's just energy in a certain form, what we are trading is we're trading love energy. Okay? So since nothing is real, so what somebody's buying from you is your expression of love. And that's what you're trading, is expressions of love energy. And so when something doesn't work like it's promised, that's why it hurts us in the heart. Okay.
And that's beautiful. And that, I think if a lot of the listeners out there, if they're considering maybe starting a business, or actually are starting a practice in the healing or any business, it doesn't matter what. And there's a lot of light workers who want to be in business who have a real hard time charging for their. But if you think of that as, I'm accepting love in return for the services that I'm giving, which is love, if you think of it as an exchange of love, it takes the toxicity out of the whole money.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's true, and it's just like this. There's another way to consider it. Everybody, you know, there's that song, I want money, lots and lots of money. I want to pie in the sky. I want to be rich. Anyways, you know what? A lot of people who make, and I get clients who make a lot of money, and they're still not happy with themselves. And the reason why is that, you know, money is love. I want love, lots and lots of love. I can't get enough of it. But the reason why it doesn't fill that void inside, no matter how much love you get or you know, money you earn, the reason why is because you haven't gone through your awakening, and you're still spinning your wheels on your childhood traumas and the issues that you have with your incarnation. And so if you, like I say, just go get a QHHT session, get past the stuff that you've been working on for a very long time, and get to the good stuff, you know, and then you'll see and feel more gratitude for your life.
Right. Yeah. And it does change your life. Well, Fawn, thank you so much for joining us today. And despite all the IT issues, it's been a real pleasure. And, you know, what you're offering is so valuable. So, so I hope people do check out your website. And we'd love to hear your comments, your likes, and your shares too. If you feel that this has been valuable to you, please do share it. There's other people that will find it valuable as well.
Yes, I will definitely share it on my YouTube channel and other places as well. But yeah,
my audience too. And, you know, yes, absolutely. So yeah, thank you so much, and just you have a wonderful new year, Fawn. And to everybody who's tuning in as well, I wish you a very, very happy and joyous and exciting new decade that we're moving into. It's going to be a wonderful decade.
Yes, thank you, everyone.